Hey there guys, I'm so glad to see you for joining me on this brand new video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Boardman. I'll be doing another read aloud videos to you for a story time together as we learn and listen. So, first of all, I'll show you a storybook I've got. This is Walt Disney's Goofy Monster House, published by Walt Disney's Wonder World of Reading and Gorilla Book Club Edition. So, I have decided to have a go read this book in a non-film version with different storylines. It's quite interesting to share with magical Disney moments behind the legacy of Walt Disney Company. So, when I tend to read, words by words from each pages. Okay, so are you sure you want to join me for story time with me? Excellent, you came to the right place. There once was a farmer named Goofy. He lived in a little house with his wife and Junior, their son. Goofy worked in the wheat fields all day, while his wife stayed home to mind the house. Every night, when Goofy came home, he would begin to grumble. All I do is work, work, work. I never have any fun. Every night, his wife would answer, "Do you think housework is fun? I work much harder than you do." One night, Junior said, "If you want to know whose work is harder, why not change places?" Goofy and his wife looked at him. "That's a good idea," they said. The very next morning, Goofy's wife went out to work in the fields. Goofy stayed home to mind the house. As soon as his wife was gone, Goofy put on Junior's roller skates. "Housework can be fun," he said. "Just watch how I do it." Goofy grabbed the broom and began to sweep the floor. He skated from room to room, sweeping the dust ahead of him. When he was done, he pulled all of the dust into one corner. Junior clapped his hands. "Take a bow, Dad," he said. Goofy took a bow, but his broom caught in the laundry basket. Up went the basket, down came the clothes, right into the pile of dust. "Don't worry, Dad," said Goofy. "I know just what to do." He carried the dirty clothes out to the line. "Mom always washes the clothes before she hangs them up," said Junior. "That's a hard work," said Goofy. "Watch how I do it." Goofy hung the clothes on the line and poured soap powder all over them. Then he turned on the hose. "I'm washing the clothes and giving you a shower at the same time," said Goofy. "Yes, Dad," said Junior, "but the yard is getting muddy." Suddenly, the cow began to moo. She sounded very unhappy. "I forgot to milk the cow," cried Goofy. He grabbed the bucket and ran through the mud. Then he sat down and milked the cow. When Goofy brought the milk into the house, Junior and the cat came with him. "Dad," cried Junior as he pointed at the floor, "we tracked mud all over the kitchen." Goofy looked at the floor. "Oh, don't worry, son," he said. "I know just what to do." Goofy dipped 2 big sponges into the bucket of soapy water. Then he tied the sponges onto his feet. Splish, splash, splish, splash. Goofy slushed around the room, mopping up the floor. "Wasn't that easy?" said Goofy. "The mud is gone, Dad," said Junior. "But what about all the puddles. Goofy knew just what to do. He took out the fan and set it down on the floor. "Watch this," he said. While Goofy was plugging in the fan, the cat climbed up on the milk pail. "The cat will knock over the pail," cried Junior. "I'll soon stop that," said Goofy. He grabbed the cat and stuck it under the laundry basket. Then Goofy started the fan. "The breeze will dry all these puddles in no time," he said. But the breeze will from a fan blow into the fireplace. Then, and the ashes from the fireplace flew right up the chimney. Junior was looking out the window. "Dad," he shouted, "come here quickly. Come here quick." Goofy started toward the window, but he didn't look where he was going. Clag went his foot. Clan went in the pail. The milk spilled all over the floor. "I know what to get rid of that milk," said Goofy. He lifted the basket and let out the milk cat. It began to lap it up the milk. Then Goofy ran into the window to see what Junior was shouting about. The fan had blown ashes all over the clothes. The water from a hose had flooded the yard. So the poor cow was standing in a subsuds up to her neck. "Don't worry, son," said Goofy. "I will take care of the cow." Goofy grabbed the long board. He put it against the house. Then he pushed the cow onto the roof. Now she was safe on top of the house. "Your mother will be home soon," said Goofy. "I must go into the kitchen to cook our dinner." "I watch the cow," said Junior. Goofy went to the kitchen and filled the cooking pot with water. He poured a whole box of oatmeal into the pot. Suddenly, Junior was shouting. "Dad," cried Junior, "the cow was sliding off the roof." Goofy looked out the window. "Don't worry, son," he said. "We can take care of that." Goofy pulled the cow back into the roof. He took the long rope and tied one end around her. He dropped the other end of a rope down the chimney. Then Goofy went inside and grabbed the rope that hung down the chimney. He tied it up around his waist. "If the cow falls again," thought Goofy, "I'll know about it." All of a sudden, the rope yanked Goofy right off his feet. Before he knew it, what had happened? He was stuck inside the chimney. The cow had fallen off the roof again. Just at that moment, Goofy's wife came home. She was hot and tired and ready for dinner. When she looked at the mess, she could not believe her eyes. Then she saw the cow. She ran to the house and cut the rope. The cow landed safely on the ground. Goofy slid down the chimney and splashed into the cooking pot. Goofy's wife ran into the house. There was Goofy up to his ears in cold oatmeal. That night, Goofy decided that minding the house was hard work. His wife decided that working in the fields was hard too. As for Junior, he was happy. he didn't hear one more word about whose work was harder. The end. So, I hope you enjoyed this story book about Goofy and his son Junior minding the house and milking the cow and washing the clothes and sweeping and mopping the floor. I think it seems quite interesting about Goofy. He was such a funny character, and since last year we have celebrated a wonderful 100 years of Walt Disney Company, which was founded in 1923. Behind the magical legacy of animation studios has been completely changed over time. Okay guys, so I'm about to head off now, and remember, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit this bell notification, and look up my social links just down below video description. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest and TikTok. You can support me, that would be really appreciated, guys. Okay, so please stay tuned for upcoming contents, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.